Guys, so today we're going to be making a walnut coffee gâteau. Cast of characters: 5 ounces of walnuts, 5.5 ounces of sugar, 1 tablespoon of unsweetened cocoa powder, 1 tablespoon of instant coffee, which I did not use, 5 eggs separated, 2 ounces of dry breadcrumbs. I used 2 ounces of flour, 2 tablespoons of rum or lemon juice. I used teau, and we're going to start by processing our walnuts into a fine powder. We will be processing our walnuts with 3 tablespoons of the sugar. Once that is done, we are going to beat our egg yolks with the remaining sugar until we get a pale yellow color. Nope, sorry about that. You can't really see what I'm doing now, can you? But I'll be showing you in just a moment. There we go. Isn't that just a gorgeous, gorgeous color? To that, now we will be adding the rest of our dry ingredients, which are the walnuts, breadcrumbs, cocoa, coffee, and rum. And we're just going to fold those ingredients in together. As I said, we're starting with our walnuts, which are a fine powder. And remember to fold it in. It's going to be a bit tough to fold in. You will see how thick the mixture is, and you may get scared like I did. But not to worry, it does work out. This was my first time trying this recipe, and I absolutely loved it. So here you see that I used 2 ounces of flour instead of breadcrumbs, and it worked out fine. 2 tablespoons of teau, and I also folded that in a bit more aggressively than I did the walnuts, but it all still works. You guys can see how thick that is. Now we're going to be beating our egg whites. To the egg whites, I'm adding an 1/8 teaspoon of salt, just like the recipe says. And we're going to beat the egg whites until peaks form. I like a point between soft and firm peaks because it makes it easier to fold into the batter later. Also, and this is a preference, I like to beat egg whites in a shallower bowl because I feel then you get all the egg white and you don't get liquid at the end when you think you've done beating your egg whites. Alright, so once we're finished, you should look something like that. They hold their shape, but they're not overly standing up at attention as if the general were passing by. I like to fold in the egg whites into the mixture. Not all at once, I like to divide it. And gently, so as not to destroy any of the air that you've beat into your egg whites, we will fold it into the mixture. Because as you can see, it's very, very thick. But don't panic, it honestly works out. Once I'm about halfway through, I like to add in the remaining egg whites and fold those up again. I go as gently as possible because I'm always afraid of destroying the beautiful, beautiful air that we got into it, our batter. You can see the batter loosens up after we've beaten folded in our egg whites. And once there are just a few white streaks remaining, we are going to pour this batter into a prepared pan. Our pan has been lined with parchment paper, and that is really, really, really important. It makes it easier for the cake to pop out of the pan, and it doesn't ruin the cake. And by ruin, I mean the cake will not deflate once it's taken out of the oven and you attempt to separate it from the pan. This will go into a preheated oven. It has been preheated at 350 degrees, and if you have a large oven, you should be able to bake it for 45 minutes. Our oven is small, so I baked it for 25 minutes and I checked that it was fully cooked, and when it was, I just took it out of the oven. Enjoy, guys! It's a delicious, delicious cake.